Hello and welcome back to my garden. Today I'm planting beans. Beans are one of my favorite summer crops to plant. They grow so fast, they're so abundant, and there's so many varieties. They're so beautiful to grow. So I'm planting many varieties of beans today. These are a summer crop, so they thrive in those warmer temperatures. They do not take a frost, so I am planting them now so that they will be ready to go come about the middle of May, and that's about when my last frost date is going to be. So I'm planting these now. They will grow outdoors on the nice days and indoors under my grow lights on the cold days or the rainy days. It is raining a little bit here today. It's sprinkling on and off, so hopefully the rain stays away long enough for me to be able to get these seeds in the soil. So let's talk about the different types of beans that I'm going to be planting today. The first tray here, I'm planting bush beans. There are also pole beans, and there are many varieties of pole beans as well, but the only one that I'm going to be planting today is the scarlet runner pole bean. Such a beautiful bean, and the flowers are red, gorgeous. They attract the hummingbirds, which is one of my goals every single year. I did not grow these last year, but I did grow them the 2 years prior and absolutely loved them. So I'm excited to bring them back to my garden this year. We're going to be planting an entire tray of the scarlet runner pole beans. Up here for the bush beans, we're going to be planting the tender green improved bush bean, the pencil pod black wax yellow bush bean, the royal burgundy bush bean, one of my favorites, and the amethyst purple stringless bush bean, another favorite. I just love the fact that you can get so many different colors of bush beans. It adds so much dimension to the garden. I absolutely love them. And I just love beans in general. They are so abundant. They grow so fast. They will go to harvest, can be ready to go to harvest anywhere between 50 and 65, 70 days. So they are really fast growers. So they need about 3 or 4 weeks, I'd say, in these pots before planting them in the ground. You can also direct sow beans as well. I'm not going to direct sow beans. I have critters that just tend to steal my seeds, and it's just not feasible enough for me to cover everything, to protect everything when I direct sow. So I tend to use transplants, and I really enjoy starting my own seeds. So that's what we're doing here today. So we're going to start with the bush beans. I'm going to plant this tray. We're going to plant this tray as well. Let's talk about the soil for a minute. I'm using a really nice, light, fluffy soil. This is a mixture of potting mix and seed starting mix. It's really nice, light, and fluffy. You don't want to use the soil in your garden. It's just too heavy for seeds. It doesn't work well. You really want something nice and light. This soil is pre-moistened. It's ready to go for the seeds so that the seeds get all of the nutrients they need right as well as soon as those roots start to pop. So let's get to planting. We're going to start with the tender green improved bush bean. This is a beautiful green bean. It can be ready to harvest in 52 to 57 days. Beans love warm soil. They love and thrive in temperatures above 70, 75 degrees. These are what the seeds look like. Beautiful black seeds. We're going to be planting 6 seeds, 1 in each pod. Actually, we can probably plant 2 and then thin down. Beans can also be grown close together, so they don't necessarily even need to be thinned down. However, they have massive root systems, and you really don't want to have to uppot these. So you want to make sure that you're using a decent sized container. This is pretty good for 1 seed, and depending on how long they're in the container, 2 seeds as well. So we're going to attempt 2 seeds. We're just poking them down a half an inch to an inch deep. I will thin them down if I feel like the root systems are getting too large. Remember, I have to wait until about the middle of May, so I have a good 3 or 4 weeks before I can get these seeds safely in the ground. I can cover them if I need to, but I would prefer not to have to do that. So there we go. The seeds are planted. It's just that simple. Now you want to make sure that you're tagging your seeds, especially if you're planting multiple varieties, so that you know exactly what is what. I've made the mistake of mixing up my seeds, forgetting to tag them, and then it's always a fun surprise what it ends up being. Let's move on to the yellow bean. This is a beautiful black bean, about the same size. We're going to plant 6 cells, 2 seeds per cell. Again, you want to make sure you have a good germination rate. It's always good to plant an extra seed if you're able to. Okay, we're going to push them down into the soil, cover them up. I'm going about a 1/2 inch down into the soil. If you prepare your cells in your soil ahead of time, then planting the seeds really takes no time at all. Remember to tag those seeds. Let's move on to these ones where we're going to plant the Royal Burgundy bush bean. This is a brown seed, but about the same size. Let's plant them here. 2 seeds per cell. It's always so fun getting your hands dirty in the soil. It's one of my favorite things. Push them down. Cover them up. I try to get those big chunks out of there if I notice them, but not a big deal. Okay, they are planted. The Royal Burgundy bush bean, beautiful purple potted bean. The last one is the amethyst purple stringless bush bean. 1 row, 1, and there we go. Just that simple. Our seeds are planted. We will tag this row. Where's this column? Let's move on to our scarlet runner beans. Scarlet runner beans are beautiful. They are large black and red beans. I'm only going to plant 1 per cell here. They have very large root systems, and there's really no need to waste the seeds and thin them out when they are so easy and quick to grow. I can just plant more if I need to or feel like I want to. So for now, we're just going to do 1 seed per cell. These are quite large. I'm pushing them down about 1 inch. And there we go. They are planted. Beautiful. I can't wait for those to germinate. I can't wait for those to start growing, to start flowering. And the beans are so, so tasty. The flowers are one of my favorite things about the Scarlet Runner pole beans. They can grow very tall, 10 to 12 feet tall. Make sure you have something for them to climb up onto. They definitely need it. They are tall, tall vines. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you found it helpful, and share it with a friend so that they can learn too. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.